Hey guys, what's up? So I'm just gonna record you a quick video. Excuse my pajamas. But basically this video is gonna be on how to use a USB drive to create Windows boot media. You could also use it for Linux, Ubuntu, stuff like that. Any operating system you essentially want to boot from USB, this will be how to make it. So to get started, you're obviously going to want to get yourself some ISOs. The best place I could recommend that is getting them straight from Microsoft. I just uploaded a guide recently how to get them for free, straight from Microsoft. And as far as I'm aware, Linux is completely free, so there's no worries there. But that being said, let's move over to the other window, and I'll get started on showing you how to do it. Alright, so as you can see, I've already got some things open here. So I've got a little folder here with all my ISOs in it. I've also got Rufus in the folder. So if you haven't already, you're going to want to download Rufus. I'll throw that in the description of this video. It's also in the description of my previous video. If you end up needing it or already have it, you can skip this step. So basically, then you're going to want to get yourself a USB stick or something, USB storage of any kind really. Needs to be over, I believe, 4 gigs. To be safe, I try to do 8 or 16. But yeah, then from that point, you just want to click select disk image ISO. So we're going to go for the newer version of Windows 11 that I have here. So I'm going to click that. And now this part will depend on the type of computer that you're using. Generally, like anything like past 2010, 2013 is going to use these default settings. But if you're on like a really old system, you're going to have to use this. Right? Now, some newer computers can do both, but if your computer can do both, I'd always recommend going with UEFI. Now let's see if there's anything else here. Now, all this at the bottom you can leave the way it is. Same with this, you can leave the way it is. I believe there used to be, yeah, right here. Okay, so you can set it up as a Windows to go, so you could just boot right off the USB if you wanted to. We're not going to do that because we don't need to do that. But then basically you just click start, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna do that, and then when we come back, we'll go forward with the next step. So actually, no, before I move on, we're going to remove this. Some computers do not have this chip, and this particular version of Rufus allows me to remove this. I also have all these other boxes checked because it makes setup a little easier. In my case, sometimes I'll have to do this to like 10 computers in a day. So just to have it kind of set up already ahead of time, I'll just type a generic username like user in here. And yeah, we'll skip the privacy questions, all that fun stuff. So anyways, let's go from there. Alright guys, now that that's complete, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to use the USB with another computer. So for this example, I'm going to be using a modified Chromebook. So this has been completely taken apart and had its write protection removed. You normally won't be able to do this with a Chromebook, but for this example, it'll work just like most other computers. Now the first step is obviously you're going to need to get your computer and turn it on. Now, the second step, before I would even try booting from the USB, is do a quick Google search. And by the way, sorry for the light on my face. Do a quick Google search and figure out how to access the boot menu for your particular laptop. For this one, I just press escape. Some computers it's delete, some computers it's F8, sometimes it's just a random, like it might even be enter. So Google for your particular model, and then from that point, you'll be able to use this USBs. As you can see there, escape for the boot menu. So I'm gonna keep pressing escape over and over. I think I might have been too late. Find out in a second. Yeah. You gotta be pretty quick when doing this. Alright, one more time, I'm going to press power button. Turn on. I'm going to press escape really, really quickly. There we go. So So what we're gonna see here is boot menu. Right. Plug the USB in. Alright, should have done that first, but hopefully it's... Yep, so there it is. I click on this. Should just work. It should boot us into the installer now. It can take a while because this computer's really slow. Yep, and here we go. Now we're in the Windows installer, and we can go from here. I'm not going to proceed with this setup just because this computer does not have enough memory to even run it. Not to mention, I don't even think it has a mouse driver. So I wouldn't actually be able to, I can't even navigate with a keyboard. Yeah, that being said, guys, if this helped you, then, leave a comment and whatnot. And, yeah, talk soon. See ya.